back to the channel. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing are some quick bursts of decluttering. Now, usually the thought of decluttering is kind of, just all consuming to most people. I have to drag everything out of my closet. I have to go through everything and figure out what I do want, what I don't want. For me, just in general, I don't own a lot of stuff that's unnecessary because I absolutely hate clutter, but there is still a way to declutter, whether you have a little bit or whether you have a lot, in a way that's not overwhelming or really time consuming. And so what I'm going to be doing throughout my video is you're going to see me throughout the week, because I plan to do this all week. I'm not going to take everything out at once. Like, I do not have the time to just sit in one spot all day, all weekend, and just try to, wrap my mind around what I do and don't want to keep. But there are things that I know as I go through my house throughout the week, throughout the days, and I'm just like, I haven't seen my kids play with that in the past 6 months. Or I know goodness well, like, I am not going to wear that shirt anymore. I don't care how cute it is. I don't care how much I paid for it. It's not my style. I'm not going to wear it, So there are certain things that I know that have just been sitting in my house collecting dust and taking up space and could be useful for someone else. So those are the things that I'm going to go throughout this week and grab and just get rid of. And if you do this process consistently for maybe a month, you would be so surprised as to things that you get rid of, you guys. So I'm not going to talk a hole in your head. Let's just get to this decluttering. Today, as you can see, I'm in my boys' room. So I'm going to start off here with quite a few things that I recognize and that I see that they don't need. And then we will move on to my bedroom, you guys. So let's get started. Let's make this short. Let's make this sweet and effective. So you guys, I am going to start off over here at their TV and the toy shelf. I have the blue baskets there that organize their toys by a category, and a couple of the baskets are missing because they're currently playing with them. But I know for sure, which toys have been, eaten up by my dog, and the ones that I haven't seen them, play with or interact with in a few months are getting the boot. Next, I'm going to hop over here to my son's shoe bin, and I'm just going to look at everything that he has currently outgrown, and I am going to dump those in the trash. I'm also going to take the ones like this flip-flop that I just taped together to last through the end of summer. They're just a cheapo pair of flip-flops from Walmart, so I don't feel bad about tossing them at all. Now I'm going to make my way to their bookshelf, and I know, like, maybe for other families it's different, but books are kind of sacred to us. So it is really hard for me to declutter and throw out books because they just represent, a certain portion of my children's life that, they were obsessed with them. But if they don't read them anymore, if they're not interested in them, then they definitely have to go. And we buy books all the time, so it's not as if they won't be replaced. So for books, as far as those are concerned, those definitely will be going to donation and not to the trash. Now I'm also going to take down some of the school projects and some of the crafts off of the bulletin board, because my sons are still in elementary school. They have millions of papers coming home each week, so I do not feel bad about taking any of these down at all. So you guys, we have moved over to my room, and I am just going through my drawers as well as my husband's. No worries, I got permission to just throw out things that I know that he doesn't wear any longer, or that he's already told me that, he just really doesn't see himself in. Things like old undergarments or, shirts that we have used to wash the car or paint, and they're just no good anymore. So for the most part, I've been super cutthroat, but when it comes to my clothing, it's a little bit more difficult for me. So I have to, like, touch things and just determine, like, if this could be something I could wear. Like, for example, these scarves. There are a couple of them that I know for sure that I'm just not going to wear. Like, I just can't really see myself in that color scarf for any reason at all. So sometimes it's a little bit easier, and there's some things that are seasonal. So of course I'm not going to wear it, for a couple of months. And because I am, a military wife, we move around constantly and in different climates. So even though Texas might be a warmer place, if we get stationed in Alaska, I'm going to need some of the winter items. Now this item I'm letting go because I just feel that honestly, I just feel like I'm too old to wear it. I am a very petite woman, but I'm not in my 20s and I'm darn near out of my 30s. So I just feel like there's just some outfits that just aren't really becoming of a woman my age. So whether I can fit it or not, it gets dumped. So now I'm moving on to my sweaters. I love my sweaters so much. I am just a cold nature person, so I just hate to get rid of any sweatshirts or any sweaters. But there are a few in here that were just impulse buys, and I might have worn them once, and I'm letting it go. And doing my husband's clothing right now, he went through these a couple of days earlier and told me some of the things that he didn't want. So I'm just going to grab those things and toss those. I'm also going to take a lot of these hangers out. I'm not going to toss them, but since they just don't match the hangers in our closet, I'm just going to put them in the kids' or in the downstairs closet. So for today, this is what I have come up with: a few books, some old shoes, a couple of my clothing, my kids' toys, and some of, their old school projects. And it's not a lot, you guys, but if you do this, once a week, or maybe, you take the whole week to do it, by the end of the week or the end of the month, you will be so impressed by all the things that you are able to get rid of. So now I'm on day 2, and for today what I'm going to do is try to declutter some of the cabinets in my kitchen. Now, as I said, I won't be pulling everything out, but I'm just going to, target a couple of products that I know I haven't used in months, or that my kids aren't into anymore, or like these water bottles where I know I've got too many. I just purchased some new cutting boards, so I know I want to take out one of my old ones. This one here is the rattiest, and the wood is kind of splinting, which is unsafe. So I'm definitely going to go on and get rid of that. Down here in this cabinet, I know I have an excess of baking dishes, just multiple dishes that serve, for the exact same purpose. I'm going to get rid of that cake baking dish because I really don't bake cakes. I'm not really good at it. So I always do cupcakes or some other type of pastry, so I feel like I don't need that. And you all see that I have a ton of cupcake tins, so that needed to go as well. So for day 3 of this week and the last day I'm decluttering, I'm going to work in my linen closets. Now, just in general, my linen closets aren't so bad. They're not packed to the brim or anything like that. But as I said, I do like to shop, and I like to get new pieces of decor and bedding here and there. And also, if my kids aren't using it anymore, or I'm not using it anymore, it really serves no purpose. So I'm going to grab a couple of items and I will be donating those. So this is what I came up with. I had this old rug that I purchased from a Family Dollar. It was an impulse buy, definitely didn't need it. I've got this comforter that not a comforter, a quilt. I just really don't use it anymore. A bed skirt that I don't think anyone uses anymore, and just a flat sheet that my daughter no longer likes. So you guys, we are at the end of my video, and I want to thank you for sticking with me. I hope I gave you some motivation, and I gave you some ideas on how to quickly declutter your home in a way that's not overwhelming or intimidating. I know this is going to make my year start off great, and I hope you guys will as well. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.